How's it going, everybody? Today I wanted to bring you a video on how to max out 2.0. I made a video on how to do quests most efficiently and how to max out your account, and that relied on obviously the quest system and the shop. And then after those videos, I think they just started watching my videos. They're like, this is too OP, so we gotta nerf them. So shop got nerfed and the quest got nerfed. So I apologize for that, guys, but I'm still gonna bring you the new way of how to max out most efficiently. So to start out with quests, every day you get 15 points from the daily gifts. There's nothing much you can do that. Just collect those, you get your 15 points, and every day you get one 20-point quest. So every day you get 35 points, which is actually better than before. You can't like optimize it anyway. Just make sure you're always collecting so you still get an extra quest the next day. Nothing too special there. For the shop though, they nerfed it, so you can't buy the second and third legendary, obviously, and you can't buy more than like the 1, 2, 3, 4 epics that they give you for each one. So it's sort of still the same as before. They just buffed the shop in the December update slightly so that it shows more epics and legendaries, but other than that, it wasn't too big of a change. Shop for the most part is still the same as before. You don't want to be buying the commons or the rares at all. That's just a bad trade. For commons, when they're maxed, you get 5 gold back for every overstacked one you have, and for rares it's 50. So you're paying like 100 or 10 gold for a common and 100 gold for a rare, but when they're maxed out, you're only getting half of that back. So you don't want to be doing that. It's just a bad trade. For epics, it's 1 gold or 1,000 gold for every epic, so that's good. Buy every single epic and buy every single legendary you can if you're trying to max out your account, even the Sparkies. As you can see here, I have my 5 really strong legendaries maxed out, a couple epics, but down at the bottom, if you look down here, some of my lower cards like Sparky and stuff, they're starting to get up there. Like my Sparky right now is level 4, 0 to 20, so I'm 20 away from max on my Sparky. So obviously it's still a while away, but once you get like all the legendaries maxed, you'll start getting the ones you don't have maxed in shop more often, so that it'll be able to propel those ones maxed. Same thing with epics. And in the new update, they said that they're going to start showing more epics and legendaries so that you don't have maxed out, which will be good. So the past 9 days since the update released, I've actually got 4 legendaries in shop, and obviously buy them every time. So you can expect to spend about 100,000, 150,000 on buying the epics and legendaries in shop. So if you just think about it in terms of grand challenges, you want to be making sure you get enough gold where you can sustain spending 100, 150,000 gold per week on the shop. So other than that, I have sort of just been slacking on challenges because there's no real reason for me to play them. I got the 250,000 gold from the 20-win challenge, and other than that, I've just been sort of sitting. I haven't really done a challenge in like a week or so. I did like one last night just to test out this Golem deck that Flobby posted on, or Clash Flash posted on his channel about Flobby. But other than that, I haven't really done a challenge in about a week, so there's no real reason for me to do them. I still have another like 3 weeks or so worth of gold to buy everything in shop, so unless I want to start upgrading cards to play max ladder, I don't really have a reason. And the reason, even though I have all these max legendaries up here, and these 2 are maxed, my Goblin Barrel is really close. The reason I'm not upgrading them yet is because if you look down here, I still have cards like Inferno Dragon, Night Witch, Mega Knight, Bandit, Golem, Expo, Cannon Cart, Hunter, etc., that aren't maxed. So max ladder, even though I have some really strong cards that are maxed out, I won't be able to get like a fully optimized deck. So I'm not trying to play against people with level 5 Mega Knights with my level 3 Mega Knight. That's not what we're about here. So for me, I'm just relaxing, waiting for more legendaries to come in shop, because it doesn't matter whether I upgrade these cards or not. It's still going to take the same amount of time for those legendaries to come in shop. So I'm just sort of waiting for them to come in shop, and then once they get closer, I'll consider maxing out. So obviously, biggest tip that I can give you, it's not really an amazing tip now, but save your gold so that you can always buy the legendaries and epics in shop. If you don't spend that much money and you're not trying to fully max out your account, just try to buy all the epics, especially the good epics like the Poison, Goblin Barrel, those type of epics. But for legendaries, I would just recommend buying, like, first priority for everyone is to make sure you unlock every card in the game. So if you're a free-to-play player and you say you already have unlocked the miner, but you don't have any of the other ones, and you have 50,000 gold, miner comes in shop, do not buy it again. You want to save your gold so that you can buy an E-Wiz or a log or a princess, because you want to unlock every single card. That's the most important thing in the game. Once you have all the cards unlocked, then you can start working towards upgrading your or buying more legendaries so that you can use them on ladder. But you want to unlock all of them so you can use them in friendly battles. That's the biggest key. So if you're free to play and you have all the legendaries unlocked, then you can start looking to maybe pick, I want this one legendary, I want these 2 legendaries, and every time those 2 legendaries or whatever come in shop, you buy those, but you don't buy the Sparkies, you don't buy the Lumberjacks. Those are just for the people like me who have spent lots of money on gems, and as you can see, I have 327,000 cards one, so anyone above like 150, 200,000 that's trying to max out, those are the type of people that should be buying all the legendaries, which is why I was making this video, but I still got some tips for free to play. So another small tip that I can give you guys is when you're requesting for epics, as you can see, my Goblin Barrel is, if you do the math, it's 192 out of 200, so I'm 8 away from max. I was requesting it for a couple weeks, maybe a month or two, but once I got to this point or close to here, I was about 10 away. I stopped requesting. The reason is this one, these 2 right here, they're like 205 out of 200, so there's no more, like I can't get any more of them. So when I pull those from chests, it's sort of just a waste. I get gold, but I really want epics, not gold, because it's so hard to get epics. There's no way to like dump your gold easily. So I left this Goblin Barrel 8 away from max or 10 away so that I can pull them from chests still, and I won't be like wasting those epics. So I saved myself like 2 or 3 requests, and I started working on my next one, which is a while away. I can't really scroll and talk. Is the Expo. I need to get that to 350 out of 50, which will get it to max. So obviously I really need those requests, so I just saved myself 2 requests by letting my barrel go about 10 before or 15 before, and then I'll pull some and then say, okay, all my cards are maxed, I'm ready to play ladder, my Goblin Barrel isn't maxed, I'll request it once and then it'll be max. So I'm just saving myself a request or 2, just thinking about how I will pull more of them long term and I don't want to waste the request on it. So that's something you should be doing with all your epics or rares that you're requesting. And a small tip again, if you guys don't already know this, when you are requesting, always request for rares over commons. Your commons will max out on their own, but in the long term, once you hit like 100,000, 150,000, or even 200,000 cards won, your commons will all max out on their own. Your rares are going to be the ones that still take a while. As you can see, I have 327,000, and I have a few cards that aren't maxed. I have like my Flying Machine, Zappies, obviously they just came out, but like 3 Musketeers, and you see my Barbarian HUD is 2,200, but my 3 Musketeers are under 2,000, so I'm about 200 away from maxing those out, mostly because I donate a lot of them. But if I was requesting commons instead of like 3 Musketeers, then it's going to take me a lot longer to max out the 3 Musketeers, because that'd be like a couple hundred more underneath this. But all my commons up here, as you can see, are at the stack, unless I donate a few. But so always request rares, and then on your epic days, I would just try to focus on like 1 epic to like, if you're not fully maxed, you're like to level up to level 7, or if you are trying to play max ladder, to level it up to level 8 or like close to, like I did with my Goblin Barrel, and then switch to your next one. So I started with Poison, and then I went to Goblin Barrel, and now I'm going to Expo. But back when requesting epics was a thing in the start, I had level 6 epics, so I requested my, my Bowler up to level 7, so I got to like 100 out of 100, and I switched, and I did my Lightning. So that's why my Lightning is so far max, because it got nerfed, but I already requested like 100 of them, so it just sort of got maxed out on its own. I wasn't requesting it. But so focus your epic requests on like 1 or 2 epics. You don't want to spread it out. Well, I'll correct myself. If you are a free-to-play player that is trying to get all your cards to tourney cap, definitely spread them out so you can get every card to tourney cap. But once they are at tourney cap, focus on one of them getting it to level 7, or if you're farther along, get it to level 8, and then switch. So that's all it for requesting. The only other thing I can really think of is donating. Donate all the commons you can anytime. Don't be saving your zaps, because I used to save my zaps and I wouldn't request them, or I wouldn't donate them, but now I'm sitting at max zap for like 6 months now. As you can see, a lot of gold it takes to upgrade all your cards. I actually did the math, and it's going to take me about 12 million, 13 million gold to upgrade all my cards to max. And obviously that's a ton. I'm not going to be doing those many grand challenges this week to max out my account. So you're not going to be upgrading all your cards. So XP is going to be a really big problem if you are saving your gold to buy legendaries to max out. You can be a level 13, but you won't have those level 8 epics and the level 5 legendaries unless you're doing it this way. But then the problem with the way I'm doing it is the XP is going to be a problem. So if you're donating lots of rares and commons, that'll be a big boost, because when you donate a common, you get 5 gold, which is the same as an overstack, so it's still worth it to do that instead of waiting for the overstack, but you get 1 XP. So basically you're just getting free XP. Once you're level 13, there's no real reason to donate commons other than just be nice. And same for rares, you get 50 gold, which is the same as overstack, and then you get, I believe it's 5 XP. So I've basically went up like 20,000 XP just on donations, because I'm not really upgrading any cards. As you can see, I have 60,000 donations, which is pretty cool. It's around average for most players that have been playing since the start. So the only thing I wouldn't donate for rares is if you're not maxed, like you're far away, don't request like or donate your really good ones like Hog, Ice Golem, Mega Minion, etc. For me personally right now, the ones I'm not donating is Zappies, Flying Machine, and Three Musketeers, because those are far off, but everything else is like 900 out of 1,000 or more, so I'm going to donate them because it's just free XP for me. There's no real reason for me to sit at max when I'm wasting free XP, which obviously I still need to get to level 13. And for epics, you get 500 gold for you donating them, but if you wait for overstack, you get 1,000, so I would not recommend donating any epics. I've never donated an epic, and none of my clanmates have ever got mad at me. Obviously, don't tell all your friends, because then they'll stop donating you epics, but just keep it a secret, and you can just donate no epics, and you'll max out your epics, and they won't. And donating legendaries is actually something that there's been sneak peeks about potentially happening, or leaks. That's why I personally think that we have this like 31 out of 10, and so really this is a 21 out of 20. But like once I max it out 20 out of 20, then it'll just be 1 out of 1. So I have 1 extra miner for no reason. My philosophy is, I think they're in a future update, they're going to allow us to donate 1 of each legendary. So hopefully that comes in the new update, because then that's a really big way for players that are maxed out previously to get cards like Mega Knight, Night Witch upgraded, that already had the max count, but they don't want to like do grand challenges or gem super magical chests just because 1 new card came out. It's not really efficient. So hopefully that's a thing. I've obviously no idea if it's going to happen, but I'm excited if that does happen. The last little tip I can give you is don't spend your gold, or don't spend your gems on these unless you like have a lot of gems to spend. But even at 20,000, I wouldn't recommend buying them. Just save it all for grand challenges. There's no real reason to do it. These chests at the bottom, obviously they're not efficient as grand challenges. They are still better than the chests we had before. If you are going to buy these, I would recommend buying the Legendary King's chest. It has epics and legendaries, which are the big priorities for trying to max out your account. But unless you're willing to be inefficient with your gems and spend extra money, I would not recommend this. It's only for the people who want to max out those Mega Knights and stuff like earlier on. So that's all the tips I have for you guys today. Hopefully you are able to use these tips that I'm giving you and max out your own account. If you have any more questions, let me know. And that's all for today, guys. Have a good one.